Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about YouTube SEO. If you don't know what SEO stands for, it's search engine optimization. Now YouTube is owned by Google, so optimizing your YouTube videos for businesses is vitally important these days because it can get you very highly ranked on the first page of Google. It can also obviously get you ranked on the first page of YouTube, and I'm going to go through some training that I've done with one of the experts in the world, leading experts in YouTube optimization, and talk about how he helped me a few months ago after purchasing his course on how to rank and how to get some videos from my clients, boosted up the rankings, and they've gained traffic, they've got leads from it, and business, and it's extremely important and very beneficial. So I hope that this helps you guys out. So I'm going to go do a brief overview for you now. So to start with, this is the guy that I'm speaking about, James Jernigan. So he's got a YouTube channel called James Jernigan's SEO and Digital Marketing. If you look at it, he's got so much content on there that's free, you know, to help people get ranked on YouTube. He talks about TikTok marketing as well, because the organic reach on TikTok is absolutely massive. And yeah, have a good look through his stuff. He's extremely detailed in what he goes through, and he gives away a lot of valuable free content. I'd seen this guy about 2 months ago, and he just kept popping up on my YouTube channel because I was searching for SEO and just to try and refine what I do for the agency I own, you know, and actually make sure that I get the clients ranked on YouTube as well as all the other platforms organically, rather than just spending money on ads. And it can be a very laborious task. You know, getting yourself ranked on the first page of Google can take years for some people. You know, it really does take time because you're competing with very established, sometimes businesses that have got high authority on their domains, on their websites. They've been going for a long time. So for a new business especially, or a business that's a smaller business, to get themselves on the first page is fantastic, and it makes a massive difference. So I was looking into how other ways I can do this rather than just spending money on paid traffic, which is also extremely effective obviously, but doing it organically, if there's tricks and ways around that, then I want to learn it. So that's what I did, and I started looking into this guy and following some of his content, and I decided to purchase the course that he offers. And I'll go into that in a minute, but I want to first of all give you some examples of the kind of things that I've learned from James. One of the most important things is optimizing YouTube content. So I'll just give you an example of some clients that I'm working with at the moment. So if we go into, I'll tell you what, let's go into a new incognito window because I don't want to be manipulating this with any browsing history. And I'll give you an example. So if I go into YouTube, so obviously this is a fresh browser with no history. And what we'll do first of all, I will show you an example of what I've done for my own YouTube channel, which is fairly new. I've only just sort of got into this talking on camera, so you have to excuse me if I'm not naturally flowing as best as some of the gurus and the experts are, but it does take time. Speaking into a camera is very different than talking to a real person. So basically I set up a channel because I wanted to be able to help people out, small business owners, and and help get them leads and get them traction online. So I thought I would set up the channel and start talking about different tips and tricks to be able to do that. So while I was doing this course, I learned, because I was finding my channel just no one was really seeing it, and I wasn't really getting many views and things like that. So I thought, how am I going to be able to optimize this? So obviously what I did when I followed James's course is I followed all of the processes that he talks about, which is keywords. So what I mean by a keyword is basically, with SEO, search engine optimization, to get a website ranked, you've got to use a lot of keywords in the actual content. So for example, if you're running a business with a plumbing business, you talk about all the different aspects of plumbing and you list the keywords that plumbers would use. You do a lot of research on other plumbing companies and the kind of keywords they're using in their website. And then you create what they call backlinks, which is using websites that have got high domain authority and listing your business amongst them, which means that Google will see that there's more traffic and interaction going on behind the scenes, and it will naturally, organically get your business ranked online. And that's just one aspect of SEO. There's so much to it. It's a very, very in-depth subject. But when it comes to video, because my background is creative content and video marketing, actually using YouTube, because you can SEO video, is extremely, it sounded really appealing to me. And I thought, well, you know what, rather than just creating the best looking videos I can, I want to make sure people are seeing them. So how do I do that? So obviously one of the key aspects is using the correct keywords in your title and your description. That's one of the most important things. So it's called a search term keyword or a search term phrase. And I'll give you an example of this. So say someone in where I'm based in Exeter in Devon was searching for digital marketing. So if they go to YouTube, and I'll type in digital marketing Exeter, and there we go, I'm first, and that's on a fresh browser. I've got another video that I uploaded as well that's second. Now, bearing in mind, because I've optimized this, I'm beating established businesses that have been around for a long time. I mean, this, for example, has had nearly 986,000 views. There's another video that I ranked for another client. I'll talk about that in a minute. Scroll down, there's another one of my videos. 16,000 views. Again, that's been on there for a year, and I'm already ranking above that video for 2 videos already, because I've used this tactic. There's a few other agencies obviously locally as well that are in here. So that's just one example. Another service that I offer is obviously SEO for websites as well. And if I type in, let's go for SEO Exeter, let's see what comes up. And there's another one of my videos, because I've keyworded SEO services in Exeter in the title and description, and I've optimized it correctly as well. Again, beating a lot of established videos here. I mean, 11,000 views. So that's just an example. Now, this can work for any business. It's not just digital marketing. It can work for any business. And I'll give another example. So another client I was helping promote themselves online is a resin business in the Midlands, in Stratford upon Avon. So, for example, they offer tarmac and block paving services as well. So I did a lot of research, and there is a huge amount of tarmacking companies, and obviously nationwide, but in the Midlands there especially is a lot, and they're spending a lot of money on ads as well. So again, it took me a while, but I managed to figure out a strategy using James's tactics to be able to get them ranked as well, and I will give you an example of that. So if I type in, let's just say tarmac, but they're based in the Midlands, so I can put in Warwickshire. Let's try that, and there we go. So what I did with these videos, there's 3 videos in a row there. You can see there's what's that? You got 4 or 5 videos. Again, beating large established tarmac brands. 9.5 thousand views, 7.1 thousand views, 25,000 views. And that's the company I've been helping. Now, one of the things you may notice with these videos is the thumbnail, because that's again part of James's strategy, is to make sure that you create a thumbnail that what he calls pops and it stands out. Now, as you can see, I've got the orange, which is part of the logo there, bright tarmac driveways, Warwickshire tarmac driveways, and obviously the logo is big and bold, and there's also a nice kind of descriptive image of what the company offers. I've also managed to figure out to put in the number as well in the title, so that obviously if someone is quickly scrolling through and they see that number and they're after those services, then they've got that to be able to call. Now, this tactic alone has generated this business huge amounts of leads. I mean, this guy's had the phone ringing non-stop since I've been doing this stuff. So it really works. It really does. And like I say, plumbing, plasterers, carpentry businesses, DIY. There's endless amounts of businesses that could have these videos created for them, which I'll go into again in a minute on how we can do that. And then have them keyworded, have them SEO optimized for YouTube, and have them ranking on Google and also on obviously on YouTube. So let's also try with national servicing to see it. Obviously their hometown is Stratford upon Avon, so we'll try Stratford upon Avon, and there we go again, first place. Still a few more videos as well, another one with the block paving. So that's the power of it. The more videos you produce, the better quality, and the more rankings and keywords you use, you're going to absolutely explode and thrash your competition with this. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of how I managed to do that for the National Servicing Company. So if we go to my YouTube account, and I will log in and show you and give you an example of how it works. Bear with me, it's a bit slow because I'm recording. It slows down everything. So let's go to content. So obviously you can see all the videos I've uploaded. So let's just go for the Tarmac Stratford upon Avon one there. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a lengthy description there. Now, obviously that's been optimized so that it's listed various services, including a citation of the actual address of the business at the bottom as well. Hashtags are very important. So you can, each video you've got to make sure that you do give a very thorough description with again those right keywords in, and just do your research. You know, look at your competition, look at what keywords they're using, and go through their channels, go through their descriptions, how they're listing themselves, their titles, and you know, you will rank above them if you manage to optimize better. This is where obviously you insert the thumbnail, and as you go down, you've got tags here. So again, these are keyword search terms. So you've got the driveway, Stratford, resin bound, new tarmac review, block paving, driveway cleaning, and things like that. Now, obviously, James goes through a step-by-step 7-day training with all of this stuff. So I highly recommend you take a look at it. His website is howtorank.com. I will just get up his YouTube channel again, and you can have another look.
Nah. So we'll come back here to my video, and we will put learn SEO.
And there he is. He's obviously going through this exactly the same thing I just mentioned, which was including the right description in your videos.
SEO. Okay.
So he's looking at the competitors, and he's adding in what he needs to do for promoting his business online. So if you want to visit his website, it's howtorank.com, and it's in the descriptions in his videos. So I'll just take you to his page, and there we go, learn SEO in 7 days, and this gives you a really thorough course, step by step. It's very easy to follow. It's very in depth. There's a lot to remember, and it may take you 2-3 weeks to do it, depending on how long you spend on it. But obviously everyone's at different stages with all this. I've got previous experience because of the agency of understanding how SEO works, so I was more interested in specifically learning it for the YouTube side of things than anything else. But this goes through SEO entirely, so it can help you with building a website, it can help you with ads, it can help you with creating the right sort of content, and everything. So it's extremely good. And at the moment, I think he's got a deal on as well at the moment. Yeah, $97. That's all it is. So I think that works out to be about 75, 80 quid, something like that, £80. Lifetime access. So obviously I'll show you the portal of how it looks. So when you actually purchase the course, you get the training portal, which is like this. So click, obviously you'll go through and put your details in, and then click access now, and this just gives you an example of the breakdown of how his training works. So it's quite simple to follow. Obviously you've got an introduction video there, get started, and he explains the process in basic terms, and then section 1. And I think each day a different section unlocks, so it doesn't just give you access to all of it straight away so you get overwhelmed. You know, you've got each day to be able to follow.
So
this video is talking about identifying your target audience. So it's basically market research. I'll just give you a quick preview.
We're going to find it, which in this case is Google or the internet in general. So the first thing I like to do is start asking myself questions about my target audience. Now, in an upcoming section, we're going to be doing search engine result page analysis and competitor analysis. So
that it's extremely useful, that is, because a lot of people, they don't really do a lot of market research on their competitors, and it's so important because you're really missing a trick with that. Because if you know what your competitors are doing, you can improve on that, then you're going to be logically beating them, in theory beating them on everything. So it's so important to learn what others are doing and better it as best you can. So this section 2 is again more competitor analysis. Section 3 is actually how to choose your keywords, the actual ways of going into Google Trends and understanding how to find keywords. Section 4 is about creating content. So that's very handy for a lot of people who wouldn't be able to understand how to set up Google My Business Facebook page correctly and optimizing them, and also all the other social media platforms as well, because they help you rank with optimizing them and then sharing links to your website, to your YouTube channel on all of these different platforms. Google sends signals out, like I said before, and it helps give you more domain authority. Section 5 is specifically graphical content and video content creation. So he talks about how to remove the backgrounds on images. Obviously Canva, which is one of the things that I use to do thumbnails and things like that. It's quite a nice and simple little program to be able to drag and drop images and create those popping effects on the thumbnails. Magisto, which is a video editing software. I can leave a link in the description to that. Very, very good. You can repurpose content with that. You can create one video and you've got the option in there to be able to click a button and it will rejig and move around different scenes and effectively create you a brand new video from the same footage, and then you can upload another video on YouTube and you can just keep doing it with different keywords and things like that. And then it talks about, he's got obviously a whole section on YouTube and how to optimize your channel, and then obviously website creation as well. He talks about how to help with that. So it's a fantastic course. I mean, for $97 you can't beat it. I mean, it's I've never purchased a course, I've never purchased a course that cheap, but the money I've spent on courses, I've never had so much value. Unbelievable. And he's a good friend of mine now, and we get on really well, and any problems you've got, you can just reach out to him and he'll respond pretty quickly as well. So he's a really good guy. So that's just basically an overview of the guy that's helped me get to where I am now with helping clients on YouTube, and basically just get out there and get yourself on YouTube and help and start creating content and get your businesses ranked above the others, because it's now's a crucial time. Everything's going online more and more, and whatever is happening in the world, the online world will never stop growing, and if anything, whatever's going on outside in the real world, as we know, encourages more people to work from home and more businesses to switch to an online omnipresence and have their businesses set up online properly with a decent website, their social media all optimized, YouTube channels promoting all of their business content, and it's really important to get all of these pieces of the puzzle put together. Very, very important. And if you can learn how to do it yourself, then great, and this guy will help you. So for anyone interested in this course, the link will be in the description. And as I say, it's on a very special offer at the moment of $97. So I highly recommend you snap it up, because as I said before, the value of this content is worth thousands of pounds, to be honest with you. I mean, even the content on his YouTube channel alone is worth more than $97. So to get everything broken down in a step-by-step guide for 7 days for that price is amazing. So if you're interested in learning this sort of stuff to promote your business online, get the link in the comments and go for it. And I hope you succeed, and happy SEOing, guys, and I'll see you soon.